Hey there, my friends. How are you doing? Ashley Bright, the Message Fixer here. And today I want to talk about this ongoing challenge my clients have, that are trying to bring clean energy solutions, clean water, clean air, electric vehicle technology, all of the things we're going to need to help address our climate challenge, our climate change issues. How do we bring that to market? How do we bring that to the masses? How do we overcome that status quo bias? How do we overcome that false narrative that exists out there around the fact that climate change isn't real, around the fact that some of these technologies that don't work, around the fact they're going to take too long, they're going to be too expensive, et cetera, et cetera. And I love this quote that I heard recently from Bill Gates, where he said that we need to make the truth more compelling than the fiction. And there's so many good things in that little quote. Because what he's referring to is when we think about the false narratives around climate change, okay, the reason they pick up traction and get shared and adopted is because they're using great communication techniques. Okay, they aren't super complex, they aren't laden with data. They aren't hard to understand. Instead, they're using great communication techniques around simplification, around alliteration, around breaking things down into simple 1, 2, 3. Okay, they avoid a lot of that complexity that we see from scientists and academia and things like that. And so, just like Bill Gates said, we need to start communicating in such a way that we're taking the facts, the data, the research, the real truth and compelling information around climate change and the technologies and innovations to solve it, and use those techniques where we simplify the message. We use story, we use emotion to create compelling narratives. We use some basic techniques around, I talked about this in an earlier video, this idea of the meal versus candy, and how the meal is that complex information. Someone sits down at a table to have a meal with you, and that's when they want to talk. But before they do that, they want to have that candy. They want those little bite-sized morsels, those tweetable elements of your story or your business or your solution that they can grab onto, that they can easily share with people, that they can put out on social media, because that's what starts to create that dialogue, starts to create that incremental buy-in. Okay, when it comes to things like adopting solar, adopting electric vehicles, adopting battery technology, adopting clean air, etc., these are all behavioral elements. We're going to need to change people's perceptions, change people's behavior. That doesn't happen overnight. It's incremental. And so starting to learn how to use communication as a tool to incrementally create buy-in is critical. And so if you're out there, you're a passionate, driven entrepreneur, founder that has got solutions to our clean energy challenges, and you're struggling with communication, give me a call, reach out, schedule a free discovery call, because that's what I do. That's what I help people focus on, creating more compelling communication. Because ultimately, what are you trying to do? You want your technology, your solution to get into the hands of the people that need it, okay, addressing the problem that exists. You don't want to be dealing with investors. You don't want to be dealing with all that. You want to get on the other side of those things. And so if you improve your communication, you can attract attention, you can get resources and investment, you can get allies. They're going to help support you on that journey, so that ultimately your technology is out there in the market, solving a problem, being adopted en masse. And that's really how we're going to address our climate challenges, is getting more adoption, getting more buy-in, getting more support. And so if you need some help, let me know. I'd love to help you out. Until then, keep doing what you're doing, my friends. Keep pushing forward, following your passion, bringing what your expertise and knowledge to the market. All right, my friends. Cheers.